Hello, thanks so much for looking in on my channel today, joining me on Merlin's Mountain. This is all about Mercury Retrograde, September 2022, Mercury Retrograde in Libra. We are going to do a bit of tarot along the way, but I do want to talk about the astrology, and I'm kind of cheating with a book, but I want to get it absolutely right. It is day 6 of this Mercury retrograde, and the good news is it's slightly less intense. Okay, the very most intense part of it started last Saturday, the 10th of September, and it kind of stayed pretty intense right through until yesterday, Wednesday the 14th. If you're watching this in the future, stay tuned, because there's bound to be something in here that you were drawn to. Okay, maybe the reading at the end, maybe some of the information, but basically don't sweat Mercury retrograde. It's always teaching us something very, very useful, very helpful, as several people have pointed out in the comments. And by the way, do drop me a comment, because it's always good to share the journey. Talking about journeys though, I've just heard from a very dear friend of mine who is stuck in Manchester, which is several hundred miles away from where I am here in West Wales, UK, because there is actually a railroad strike going on at the moment, and a general public transport strike. And she'll get back. She is magical. I know she'll get back, but it's not going to be easy for her. And this is Mercury retrograde all over. Stuff happens basically around communication, around travel and transport, because they are all about communication. So in lots of ways, I'm not surprised, but she will overcome it. That's what I know. I've never known this lady not overcome an obstacle that's put in front of her. So in some ways, I'm not too worried. I'm just kind of fed up. And I think that's really the attitude to take with Mercury retrograde, if you don't mind me saying so. Of course, I don't know what you're going through. Let me know in the comments below, because it's all interesting stuff. It helps me and the other people, and there are many other people who read the comments to see what's actually going on, how Mercury retrograde is affecting you. But like I say, slightly less intense for most of us at least today. Let me just look at my cheaty book and see what we've got going on. Okay, there's actually a bit of stability coming in today, because there is a lunar grand trine in the earth signs, and it's drawing in the sun and Pluto as well. So it's a great time for personal pursuits, for anything to do with starting a business or just getting on with a business, maybe growing your business, maybe boosting things. Yesterday was all kind of loved up in lots of ways, but today is much more business-like, and it's also a good time for making an impression on people. Anything to do with career, anything to do with employment. So that is where we are at now. Just before I go into the reading part of it, I want to say, so sorry, I haven't been posting many videos. Stupid things keep cropping up, stuff keeps happening, sensible things keep cropping up, things that I have to just kind of go and do or whatever. But I guess that's Mercury retrograde. And if you've been a subscriber for any length of time, you'll know I kind of dropped off the planet about this time last year. And I came back from outer space, and I've never quite picked up speed again. But there are more videos coming all the time. So whatever you do, don't avoid hitting that subscribe button. Okay, it'll make your grandmother better at playing bingo. That's what I've heard anyway. I can't promise that, but all sorts of good things will happen if and when you subscribe to this channel. So hit that button now, and don't forget to drop a like on this video. Okay, it'd be a real good way of giving a certain number of fingers to Mercury retrograde, actually, because this is all about communication, isn't it? It's YouTube. It's all about communication. So hit that subscribe button, and I can tell everyone, well, don't fear Mercury retrograde. My subscriber count went rocketing. Okay, slightly, it's not really a new direction. I've always done a bit of astrology, but I am trying to mix astrology with the other stuff I do, which is mostly readings, psychic readings, mediumship readings. I am a spiritualist medium. I go around the churches. I am able to communicate across the Great Divide. That comes into it too, but Mercury retrograde really has me focused on astrology at the moment, and I will be keeping an eye on astrology going forward, because that's what I always used to do. It didn't get me that many views, but I want to keep doing it, because that really is where it's at. Okay, going to do a 3-card pick a card for you now, pretty quick. Not a whole lot of time going on in my life today, unfortunately. Well, no, it's good. It's good. I've got other things to do, and they're going to be fun. So that's nothing bad at all. But let's turn over the top 3 cards and see what we have got. Okay, take your pick, friends. You can pick all 3. You can pick 2 of them. Whatever card jumps out at you. We've got 1, 2, and 3. Which is left to right as I'm looking at them. So, you know, it kind of makes some sense to me. And I'm sure it'll make some sense to you if you trust your inner psychic and pick the card that jumps out at you. The middle one here is reversed. I'll tell you that already. You can see because the bunny is at the top and Alice in Wonderland is at the top of the other 2. And that means they're the right way up. This is Tarot in Wonderland. It's a fantastic deck, actually. So card number 1, without further ado, as they say, let us look at card number 1, and it's number 11 from the Major Arcana. This actually, believe it or not, is the Justice card, and the Justice card has been coming up again and again, not just this week, but in the last few weeks as we built up to Mercury Retrograde, because this Mercury Retrograde is actually in Libra, so there is definitely a balancing effect going on. I'm absolutely sure of it. I see it all over the place. I just really hope my friend manages to get back to Wales from being stuck in Manchester. I'm sure she will, though. You know, things come into balance. You've got to believe in these things. You've got to visualise. You've got to believe that the best things are going to happen. That's the way you attract good things to yourself. So in terms of justice, right, there is a proclamation here. Okay, and it's the same proclamation on the other side of the card. And I'm going to read it because it'll never come out on camera. It's tiny writing. It says, by the Queen, a proclamation. Now know ye that we are graciously, I can hardly read it, graciously extending our grace and mercy to grant our free royal pardon. All sentences are to be commuted by Her Majesty's command. So there you go. This is a day for breaking the chain. And if you picked this card, or if you picked all 3, or if this was one of the cards you picked, this is taking you somewhere positive. This is taking you to a good place. And friends, if you're not in a good place at the moment, I totally understand it. This is a hard world. There's a lot of worrying stuff going on in people's lives at the moment. Just try and turn that around and look at the positives. Because if you believe that you're going to be set free from all this crap that's going on in the world at the moment, you've got a much better chance than anyone who just kind of says, oh, it's hopeless, I'm giving up. Never give up. Never ever give up. So we come to card number 2. We already know it's reversed. What is reversed? It's this one, and it's the Devil card. If I turn it the right way up so you can see. Will the camera focus? Maybe. This is Tarot in Wonderland, by the way. It's all kind of got its own whole ethos. It's got its own whole thing going on. It's kind of different. But the clock is the thing here. Okay, that clock is ticking. And if the card was the right way up, this would be the time to push ahead to make new things happen. Because it's not so much the devil like the horned Antichrist thing, which is a total myth made up by the Christian church. It's more the devil is in the detail. And it's just kind of, you know, you can't avoid moving forward. But it is reversed, so just hang on. I would almost say be the hanged man in this situation. Just wait and see. That's the best way I can explain this card inverted. Just wait and see, because things are going to happen. Okay, you are going to have to move forward at some point, but this is just not the time. This is the time to get your ducks in a row, which I always thought was an English expression actually, but I hear Americans say it all the time. So, you know, I guess it's transcontinental. Get your ducks in a row, okay? My ducks are never in a row. I've got 3 of them. Well, they're not usually in a row when I see them sitting around the garden and laying eggs and stuff, but whenever they walk anywhere, they are in a row. It's really strange to watch. I keep chickens, they just go all over the place, but the ducks walk around in a row. So even the ducks know the value of keeping their ducks in a row. And that is the thing to do with this inverted devil card. It's good news, really. It means you can take a bit of a rest, which is no bad thing. So let us move forward, move along slowly but surely to card number 3, the right way up. And this one is... it's the Mad Hatter. It's also the King of Pentacles. Now, the King of Pentacles is a lover of abundance. He enjoys the finer things in life. He enjoys the riches. And he's put on a big feast here, but no one's come to eat from it. course, with the Pentacles, there's always abundance involved. So if you pick this card, that is where this message is really, really taking you towards a place of abundance. But reach out and take the abundance, okay? Go ahead and go to the great feast. Sit at the king's table and partake of what he has to offer, because there are good things there if only you can kind of turn your consciousness around to the point that you're going to realize and be fully aware that there are good things happening. It's so easy at this crazy time to think, well, you know, everything is terrible, or at least maybe think everything is going to be terrible if it's not terrible yet. I'm a prepper. I watch the prepper channels, and believe me, friends, I fear what's coming down the line. I really do, just as much as anybody else. But when things are good, I just put those fears behind me, and I enjoy what's good. I enjoy what's love. I enjoy what's light, because we were all actually put on this world in a spirit of love and in a spirit of light. It's meant to be a test. It's meant to kind of test us in the flames, in the crucible, as it were. But we can get through it. We really can. Ramones, see? Okay, I'm an old guy to be wearing a Ramones t-shirt, but I've actually seen them live 3 times. They have all now passed away. But look, young people are still totally turning on to the Ramones. Let me just bring that down a bit. So, yeah, you can see Johnny, Joey, Dee Dee, Marky. No, Tommy. Wow. Still on their first drummer when this one was made. And it all kind of went pear-shaped. But the thing is, you know, the magic keeps on working. The Ramones, even though they're physically actually dead to this world and have gone on to the spirit world, but they don't have physical bodies anymore, they are still influences. They are still making things happen. That is the magic. That is what you can do. And that, friends, is the banquet that is offered to you by the spiritual sky, everything going on in the universe. And believe me, if you follow astrology, this is the way to think. I know a lot of people follow astrology and they just don't kind of believe in tarot cards, and people just don't believe in it. But, you know, if you believe the moon is doing stuff spiritually to you, if you believe that Mercury is screwing your week up, why can't you believe there's angels? It's not that much further down the line to think. And I'm sure, you know, every one of us from time to time gets in a scrape and something amazing happens. Just the last thing you would have expected. Something happens, something turns up, and something starts working, and it helps you work things out. That's out there for you, friends, with the King of Pentacles, the King of Abundance. It doesn't get any better than this. This is the richest, most abundant card in the whole tarot. It really is. Or at least in the minor arcana. I suppose the world is very similar, and the sun is very similar in the major arcana. But this is a damn good omen. It really is. Speaking of damn things, I'm Andy. I'm damn glad to meet you, as they said in some old National Lampoon film. Thanks so much for watching this one, friends. I wish you every success in this Mercury retrograde. And if you can make this Mercury retrograde work for you, you can make it work for anything, and you can make your life work anytime. You really can. And don't forget to call on the angels. Don't forget to call on the love. Don't forget to feel the love and the light. Feel the abundance. Enjoy yourself. It's like a conveyor belt is abundance. If you hoard up your abundance, the conveyor belt gets jammed and it stops flowing. So make use of what's yours. Make use of what is good. Feel the love. Feel the light. Feel the abundance. And then just keep on going, because the conveyor belt will start up again then, and you'll get places. That's me being very positive about Mercury retrograde. But hey, what is the point of being negative about anything? This is exactly what Mercury retrograde plays on. People's natural desire to see the darker side, to see the worrying side, to feel concerned, to get upset about stuff. There's plenty to get upset about in this world, absolute fact of life. I heard a story last night that just made me want to wring a certain person's neck. I'm not going to, but that's what I'd like to do. It really is. Same time, I use that energy, you know, and I do something positive in my life. That is the only way, because it's all energy, and negative energy is just begging to be turned into positive energy. So keep your eyes on the prize, friends. Just because it's Mercury retrograde doesn't mean you can't have your eyes on the prize. And with that, I'm going to say thanks ever so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed your time with me on Merlin's Mountain. Hit the subscribe button. More videos coming up all the time. Leave me a comment. We'll share the journey. Don't forget to drop a like on this one. And I'll see you again very soon, friends. Love, light, blessings to you all, and peace.